Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today what we're going to be talking about is Cam Newton signing with the Patriots and how that impacts the New York Jets. But before we get started, just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Also, if you haven't already, new podcast dropped today, so make sure to listen to it wherever you get your podcasts or right here on the channel, and make sure to subscribe. So, of course, things just naturally tend to work out for the Patriots, right? So they signed Cam Newton to a very cheap one-year deal. At most, it's going to be worth $7.5 million with incentives. The base was around $1 million, a little bit more than $1 million, which isn't a lot of money. Granted, he didn't play in the league last year, really. He played 2 games and got hurt, and obviously Carolina decided to move on. Injuries have been a problem for Cam a little bit over the last 2 years, specifically last year, a little bit the year prior. He's 31 years old and has been banged up a little bit, but you gotta think that Bill Belichick's going to be able to get something out of this guy, right? So last year he was 0-2. He threw 1 interception, no passing touchdowns, threw for 286 yards per game. His career completion percentage is pretty low. It's just 59.6%. That's not really what his game is. He's a better version of Josh Allen. He's like a rich man's Josh Allen. Obviously in 2015 he won the MVP. That was 5 years ago. Things have changed since then, but if he could even be 60% the player he was when he won the MVP, it would be an improvement over Jarrett Stidham. So what do I think that Cam could do for the Patriots this year? That's kind of one of the first things that I wanted to get into in this video, because that's how it's going to impact the New York Jets, is how is he going to play. I think he's going to stay relatively healthy and play between 14 and 16 games. He's been training really hard in the offseason, and I know last year was a complete wash, but other than last year, he's played at least 14 games in every single one of his seasons. So I'm going to say he hits 14 again. Things seem to naturally work out for the Patriots, and I think if Bill Belichick was willing to sign him, he's probably pretty confident that he's going to be able to remain healthy. He'll probably throw for around 3,300 yards. He's not really someone who's going to throw for 4,000 or really even 3,500 because of the amount he runs, but I'll say 3,300, somewhere between 20 and 24 touchdowns, maybe like 12 interceptions, run for about 500 more, and put a couple of rushing TDs in as well. This is really a perfect situation for Cam Newton. He has the best head coach in football. He has a really good offensive coordinator, and they're going to get the offense to go around him. If anyone could get Cam Newton back to what he once was, it's the New England Patriots. They've done it time and time again. How many got Randy Moss? Everyone said his career was done. It's over. Randy Moss is cooked. He goes on to have one of the best years in 2007. Now, I'm not saying that Cam Newton's going to go back up to a top 5 quarterback, but I think you could probably say at worst he's going to be middle of the pack. If, again, we're operating under the assumption that he stays healthy. Look, I was never sold to begin with that the New England Patriots were going to be a dumpster fire team this year if Jarrett Stidham was starting. I wasn't buying that they were going to win 4 games. I think they'd probably win if Jarrett Stidham was starting. I'm not a believer in him, but I think they'd be able to get a solid win total. I mean, Matt Castle was awful, and they won 11 games with him. I think they're probably going to win 7, 8, maybe ceiling 9. I was going to say 9 and 7 with Jarrett Stidham. Now you flop that over for Cam Newton, I think you're looking at 9, 10, maybe even 11 or 12 wins for the New England Patriots this year. Because if you look at what Tom Brady gave the New England Patriots last year, Cam Newton could be just as productive as what Tom was at 40 whatever years old that he was last year. This team is completely different from the ones that we're used to. They are built around their defense. If they get average quarterback play, they're going to be a playoff team. And I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate the 2020 New England Patriots on another AFC East title. Yes, I thought Buffalo was the favorite. That is until that the New England Patriots signed Cam Newton. I think that the Bills are still going to make the playoffs, probably 10-6 as a wild card team, but New England will likely win the division if Cam Newton stays healthy, winning 11 or 12 games. Just when you think the New England Patriots are done and over, they find a way to continue to do it. Remember that night in Kansas City, everyone was dancing on their grave saying, oh, the Patriots are done, they're cooked. What did they do? They went on an absolute tear and won the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that they are now the best team in the AFC. No, that's not fair. I would still say that the Chiefs are better. I would still say that the Ravens are better. But to operate under the assumption that the Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, or Buffalo Bills are going to be better than the New England Patriots this year, based on everything we've seen in the last 20 years, that, my friends, is crazy. So yes, I was never the biggest Cam Newton fan. At times, I did think he was overrated. But with that being said, I think he could be somewhere between the 15th best and 20th best quarterback in the league. And if you get that, the New England Patriots will be able to survive on that. Because, spoiler alert, Tom Brady was not a top 5 quarterback last year. He was probably around middle of the pack to closer to the bottom of the teens, which is exactly where I'm projecting Cam Newton to be, so why can't they replicate what they did last year with a virtually identical roster? As far as things go with the New York Jets, I still believe that the Jets are going to split with the Patriots this year and probably finish with 7 or 8 wins. That will likely be good enough for third place in the division. I don't think they are a playoff team. There are a lot better AFC teams than the New York Jets, unfortunately. I think they're a little bit away. I think that they're going to be a more watchable product at 7 or 8 wins this year. But I don't think that you could say on paper right now that they are better than Buffalo or better than New England. Miami, I would still say yes. They are better than the Miami Dolphins, who are completely changing their organization, and it's probably going to take another year before they could be taken seriously. But for now, the New York Jets are the third best team in the division. The Patriots are once again the favorite, and poor Buffalo is back to being a 9-7, 10-6 wildcard team that is likely going to get bounced in the first round of the playoffs because of their bad quarterback play. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Cam Newton signing. Does it scare you? What do you think it means for the New York Jets? Get at me on social media, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.